That last night, the neighbours of my old house threw a party. At 4 o'clock in the morning, desperate for sleep, we got into Tomasa's car and drove to the new house, just a few streets away. The large old trees were hallowed in street light. The eyes of a possum briefly struck bright by our presence. The empty rooms felt vast, the tall Victorian ceilings, the heavy wooden doors, the carpeted bedrooms. We hadn't moved anything, none of our belongings, except the large mattress from the house Tamaz shared with friends. And so we slept on it, low to the floor. That moonlit island, the only object in the whole quiet house. We were exhausted. We left the blinds open. Outside, the plane trees, they call them London plane trees, moved a little. I slept deeply until the morning came quickly. Soon after the move, I would be going to the hospital. The operation date had been set a year earlier, so there was nothing to do about the untimeliness of it. The doctor, Tamaz, my family, had all emphasised the need for the operation, had watched my limp gradually grow deeper, edging me closer to the ground as I walked, as my mind closed off from people, interests, opportunities, as I walked fewer steps each day. After we woke in the empty house, I took painkillers and we stepped out into the morning of lingering heat, stopping for cold coffees on the way to my old house. After moving all my belongings, we went to Tamaz's place and started with his. I couldn't really help with the heavy things, a desk or chairs or boxes of books. I could pick them up, hold them. But then walking was impossible. I apologised frequently. But the mood was light during the moving days. We were happy with what we had decided on, living together. In the new house, I noticed the closeness of strangers. I'd never lived in a building that requires you to sleep so close to others, their bodies, the way terrace houses do, the way it is in the city, the way it must be in apartments all lined up like that. I grew up sleeping in silence, was raised on silence, in a small country town. And yet when I return there now, to the blue, cold town, the house of my parents, I cannot sleep because of the quiet.